And good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? I hope that everyone is doing okay this morning. You know, as I was sitting here, I was meditating before I get my day started. And for some reason, it must be a spiritual thing because I just keep going back to this. I cannot leave this young dog situation alone. That's why I know his spirit is still walking around. I'm going to tell y'all another person that I have taken a great interest in, and his case is unsolved. But people know what happened to him and they are not saying anything, which is a sad thing. But there was this rapper in Memphis named Rich Lord. And the reason I can remember Rich Lord is because probably in 2015, he reached out to me to come on my TV show. And I did not let him come on my show because I saw that he was gang affiliated and I didn't know, I wish I had just kind of looked at his movement that he had going. Because now, years later, I see that he was trying to move in a positive direction and had a good thing going. I think it would have been big if he had kept going, if they had not killed him, because people always taking folks out because of jealousy. Um, but I listened to some of Rich Lord's interviews, even though he had not gotten on the level as Dolph yet. I wonder, it seemed like to me a lot of people was trying to block him and keep him out the industry too, some of the same people. And I listened to some of the things that he said because he was very conscious. And I listened to some of the things that Dolph said years later. They kind of had like similar minds, as far as getting money, very smart, um, charismatic. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't do dirt because I think Rich Lord was really out there in the street for real, but he had a movement going. I think he was turning it into something positive, such as prosperity. So yeah, his spirit must be lingering because I've kind of taken an interest in, what he had, looking at what he had started. He don't have a whole lot that's out there, but I feel the need because he was a young brother coming up in Memphis and he was gunned down, taken out by gun violence. That was moving in a positive direction and had a winner's mind, just like Dolph did. So I just for some reason I've been kind of paying attention to, or just going back and looking at the movement that he left behind, that he was starting, and I think it would have been a good thing because he was not selfish. He talked about prosperity. He had the right type of mindset, not like these mofo's that's hijacking the community and then having they folks to kill out all the damn folks, and then not giving anything back to the community. But I digress. I'm gonna go on and get into Dow. So rest in peace to Rich Lord. Um, but I listened to some of the things that Doll was saying. I mean, Rich Lord was saying, such as, you know, these dudes around here are kings. I was listening to an interview he did. He was like, we just young kings. I want them to know that they're kings. And years later, Dolph was saying the same thing about his people. I mean, some of the same, just like the same winner's mind. Memphis have a lot of good talent to it's a lot of talented young brothers here in Memphis. It is. Unfortunately, you have predators like Gotti. Okay. Um, and I just have to put that out there because I'm getting really mad and I'm trying to contain myself because I was sitting here and I was looking at Dow and when I say predators, they sign these young brothers, they give them a little bit of money, but these young brothers don't know what comes along with those contracts. It's best to be independent. I don't want the fame. See, a person like Rich Lord and Dolph that say I don't have to have the fame. I really just want the money. That's a dangerous person. Because see, a lot of these young brothers want the fame and they work their asses off and they don't have nothing to show for it because the predatory record label get it all. Okay. Okay. They don't really have generational wealth. They just give them uh an advance and they've never had anything, so they take that and they go buy a big old piece of jewelry and a whole lot of damn shoes, and they go get a damn leased car, and they might go get them an apartment that they can't keep for 2 years, and then they go sniff powder and lean and the record company. But hey, we'll talk about that another time because I'm getting beside myself. But I was thinking about young Dolph, and um I pulled up this video where young Dolph was talking about this situation with Yo Gotti, because even though Yo Gotti was quiet with it, it appears, you hear a lot of people say, he always got the people around him to do the dirt. I think the good thing about, okay, I'm not gonna say that because I have to be very careful about what I put into the atmosphere, because you don't want to alert people. But just let me play this with Young Doll. This video.
Hey, you trying to keep up what's hot in these streets? Log on.
Is this a real? Was that a real screenshot?
Come on now. Was it a real screenshot?
Yeah, was that a real screenshot?
Man, come on now.
That's so you. So you saved. That's her name in your phone.
Yeah,
That's how you saved it as the context.
yeah.
But see, I'm not mad because I just posted a picture of this dude
Y'all
baby
look
mama.
like you wanted to
I have this
laugh
girl
right
in my
there.
phone called this dude baby mama. So I'm not mad at that. So I definitely know it's real. So what happened at this time? Because I remember when we talked before, you know what I'm saying? And this has been an ongoing situation with you. And I remember when we was talking before, you was kind of like, no, I don't want to discuss that because it's old, da-da-da. And I thought it was squashed. But evidently,
Then you drop it. Then you drop the first song off the tape.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's going on?
Man, really tell you the truth, I was laughing at all this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I was laughing.
I'm gonna pause it because I think you have to pause it and start it back up again, and to keep from getting in trouble.
And everything, really. You know what I'm saying? Like from the whole everything. You know what I'm saying? I was just laughing at it. So I was like, okay, I ain't tripping.
Right.
It's like when you getting so much money, a lot of stuff, you see negativity or you see a lot of stuff coming your way, like you don't even indulge in it or you laugh at it, brush it off, you keep like, it's funny to you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I better not get this 0%
Right.
attention. You know what I'm saying? 1% attention. But what sparked this, bro, real talk.
And we've been talking
My
about
little
this.
partners,
Uh-huh.
one of my little partners, and another one of my partners. The first one, he was like, bro, you heard got a new tape, bro. You ain't heard, bro. He dissing you, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He said he slick dissing you, bro.
Let's stop it for a few minutes and start it back. I don't even know if that'll make a darn difference.
He saying, I'm like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I don't even like to hear negativity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, second one come. We in the car now, blazing.
Mm-hmm.
He like, bro, you heard this? Such and such. He like, man, nigga trying to diss. He like, bro, really, bro, on his last 2 tapes he put out, he like, you ain't heard it? I'm like, no. He like, bro, you got to keep, I'm like, I don't listen to it.
Right.
So, he like, listen to it, play it. I said, oh. Know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
you
he
still
thought
going.
the coast was clear.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? Like he know that everybody over there with him know that all really, not even just them, everybody that know Dolph know like, man, that young nigga about his business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He about his paper.
Right.
He running around here getting all this money and busting it down with no one.
Right.
Know what I'm saying? Who
Right.
the CEO? He is.
I've said that because I remember
Know what I'm
talking.
saying?
I remember having a conversation with
and
Street
so
Exec. You know
it's
what
like
I'm saying?
this. It's like this right here. He thought the coast was clear.
Mm-hmm.
It been dead. It been over with. What he do? Oh, let me slick rap about it. It really it didn't make no noise.
Right.
You see, it
I didn't
ain't make
hear
no
about it.
noise until Dolph.
I truly believe saying stuff like that, and when you're dealing with someone who is a narcissist, who's used to hiding behind people and getting them to do their dirty work, stuff like that truly, truly makes them angry, even though they are just words. You know, okay.
I'll just put this song out.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And far as like, oh, Dolph want to get publicity. No, the song was on the CD anyway. You was gonna hear it the next day anyway when the CD dropped.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's
This ain't no
already done.
diss song,
Right.
but it's straight facts.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like straight the truth, like facts. You know what I'm saying? Like put it like this: when you first heard of his artist, how did you hear about his artist?
This
He
music.
made his he made his artist say screen Dolph name. He made his artist bring up Dolph name and tie Dolph name to his name, right? That's when everybody got him such and such. Nobody never knew him.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how he got his attention. Now I mean, you already made your artist use my name to get some attention. I let that shit. I laughed at that. It's funny to me. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's funny to me. Now, not even just that. How did you get popping?
Right.
How did he get it first? How did your guy to get popping and get some attention?
How?
Nobody heard of him to win till he did 3-6 Mafia.
Oh,
This is true.
Right,
Okay.
right. I remember that.
You see what I'm saying?
That
So
is-
now, Dawg put out a record telling the truth, telling you, hey, nigga, I'm telling you, hey, you, your brother, your manager, your DJ, bro, I would have his own people to come in. Hey, yeah, his
DJ,
own. Man, bro, I don't even want to go all the way into it really, because a lot of people, it's like, I ain't gonna say it, like some of them cool, like they don't. A lot of them done shook him out, like, bro, I can't deal with him, bro, 'cause he too fake, he this is that, he want to control this, control they like. Bro, he done got rid of certain artists because they don't want to beef with Dolph, or they don't like, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with your beef with Dolph. You hating
Right.
on him about a bitch.
Right.
You hating on him about a bitch.
Reality.
You hating on him because he wouldn't sign with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You hating on him because he popping, and he really popping, and he still independent. You know what I mean?
Right.
You hating on him because he really got M's and did the shit without no help.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Hold on. Hey, check it out.
Okay. So you heard it from Dolph's mouth. You know, he said that he had gotten rid of artists who did not beef with him. Okay. Now, I think it's a shame before God. And do I believe it? Hell yeah, I believe that. Yes, I believe it. The proof is in the pudding. Look at his artist now. Look at what he had Black Youngster to do, because when people get through, he might have put heavy camp. See, just like a lot of law enforcement was saying, Black Youngster. I'm talking about the ones that count. That's really up there at the top. You being thrown out there to the alligators and you don't even know it. Okay. See, that's why they can allow you to put your, heavy camp on that, and you didn't see their their name, their label name on that video, for people to say, "Oh no, it didn't come from them. It came from, he did that up under his own stuff when he's still up under the umbrella of CMG, and it had to be approved by whoever the head is, right?" And even still, it goes back to what I say, you know, um, it goes back to what I say. When you truly care about people, especially at the caliber of Dolph, you don't allow people that you care about to do things of that nature, because he still got a whole lot of fans, and you don't ever know where a person's mind and head is. That's how you add fuel to fire and you get somebody hurt. Okay. So, Black Youngster, I think you need to think about that. Um, Anyways, let me get on back to that, because see, that's going in another direction. Um, and I'm not saying that anybody is innocent or guilty. I'm just saying that it seems that they wanted young Dolph out of the way. When you heard him kept saying it was funny. And if you listen to Dolph, they knew that Dolph didn't want to kill nobody. Just listening to Dolph, you can tell that he was raised differently. Okay. And none of us are innocent. I'm not saying that he didn't do things. He said he was a trap. He was out in the trap. But what I'm saying is, he had the money to really retaliate on them, to spin on them, and he didn't do it. He could have showed up at court. That's what's got a lot of law enforcement upset at this whole thing, because if he had just kind of shown up at court, but he was a street dude. But he was constantly, because a lot of them Negroes would still have their asses in jail right now for life. And if somebody could do that, even after you tried to take them out and they not show up for court, and then you still do some slimy stuff, I mean, that's just messed up on a whole nother level. But this man kept saying it was funny to him. He would make records, and what he would do is he would just go back and make a song and make money. What was wrong with everybody making money? He said that when he would go back and do something on wax, that would make both sides get a buzz. So when people have hate on the inside of them like that, and then they feel like they're God, like these people saying, but then there are a lot of cowards too, because anytime you set other people up to do your dirty work, you are a coward, and you hide behind them. And I can't understand how a lot of these people, these young men who got children and families, feel like they're supposed to be a shield. Black youngster, Gotti is not your God. He is not your God, and the same stuff that you're doing for him, he would never do for you. They hiding behind you to make sure that you are the one that's seen. But I think the issue is whatever kind of hiding they think they're doing is too late. The people have already peeped and looked behind you and peep game. Okay, so they can't hide really. But the thing of the matter is, it did not have to happen. A lot of people just wanted Dolph out of the way, because people been going back and forwards on the mic and battle rapping and stuff for many, many years. It never should have gotten to this point. And a lot of people say that I'm hard on Gotti. Yes, I am. I am. You know why I'm hard on him? Because I remember when he was coming up. I remember when he started coming up, when he started getting a buzz. I had cousins and stuff that used to hang out in the club with Gotti. They was very happy. They was very supportive. Oh, we're going to the club. Gotti, we're going to the club. I had family members that supported you, Gotti. I did. And they was very happy until they said you started acting differently when you started blowing on up, which ain't nobody mad at that, because people can do whatever they want to do. But you owe the city more than that. You ain't got to give nothing financially. You never have. But I'm saying you owe the city that helped to bring you up, and the city that supported you before anybody ever even saw you, more than what you did. More than this. I'm not saying that you had I'm not saying that you had anything to do with Dolph's situation. I'm not going to say anything about that, because it's not my job to say that, because I really want to say something, but I'm not going to. But it seems that a lot of people just they wanted him out of the way, and it all came from your camp. You never heard Dolph talk about anybody else wanting him out of the way or having any beef with him. You never heard him talking about anybody else. It all leads down one trail, and the trail gets longer and longer. And I think it's so sad, young brothers, it's not being loyal when you're trying to protect somebody that pulled you into some mess. That's not being loyal. That's being stupid. Being loyal to people like that is being disloyal to your children and your family. Because nobody could ever pay me enough money. First of all, young brothers, when they're giving you $100,000, $250,000, you're not going to get away with it. So when they give you that money, when you're going out here committing these hits, they ain't gonna tell you when you get caught it's gonna take almost all of that to fight to hire a lawyer. So your women and your children are still gonna be left out here with nothing, because you're still gonna go away and do a whole lot of time. So it ain't worth it, because the only thing they're giving you money for is lawyer's fee. So you still leaving your women and your children out here with nothing, all because you taking another life and taking on another man's situation, something that you don't even have to take on. Because one thing for sure, if you got a person got an issue with somebody, they go handle that themselves. They don't pay nobody else to go do it. Because that's just like saying I can't be involved in that, like I always say. Because I can't get caught up. You send a middle person, and anything happen, it's on them. Okay. But the people, you have to listen to Dolph, and he talk about the people that it appears that wanted him out of the way, and they just was not going to stop until they got him out of the way. And to sit up and to know what everybody knows, okay, and to see these people acting like nothing has happened, like they're living their best life. I'm talking about some of these people, like they didn't take that man's life, and his family is not over there hurting. And to consistently be mocking this man, or putting somebody else up to mock this man, that goes to show who the real dangerous person is, and that's the one they're working to get. So y'all can try to be a shield all day every day. Y'all just gonna be going away from y'all women and children, because these folks gonna get y'all out the way to get him or them. But ain't nobody important enough. When you send your ass in jail for 25 years and longer, you're going to go, dog, it just wasn't even worth it. I got my kids out here. I left my woman out here with nothing. I got my kids out here. I ain't been in their life. They in and out of trouble, some of them probably. Another man raising them, not treating them right. For another man, because I was down on my knees for another man trying to get some crumbs. People that truly care about you don't send you out on dumb missions like that. That's why Dolph didn't allow his people to retaliate and things of that nature. And people keep bringing up that situation with Black Youngster's brother. I don't know. I don't know about that situation. I don't know if that's true. The only thing I could say is I hope that's not true. But Black Youngster has to do a self-evaluation if he sent his brother on a dummy mission for all about another man. So it seems to me that he has misplaced anger. He wants to outsource it when he ought to be insourcing it, if it's true, because that means he should be mad at himself. Because no other man could have ever got me to send a relative of mine out to be taken out for another man. I don't want to believe that. So I have a whole lot of issues with digesting that, even though you've heard people say that are in the know, the people, like the insurance agent and other people say that it's true. I don't know if it's true. I just know I can't I just cannot see somebody sending their relative out on missions like that for another man. I can't wrap my psyche around that, because that's just too much. So it seems to me that young Dolph left a whole lot of interviews of a lot of the people who had issues with him. They consistently tried to take him out. And even the people that are being accused, the two that we know about, okay? And some of the ones there's gonna be some more indictments. They're all affiliated with the same people that had a history of trying to take this man out. Y'all, it has to be a renewal of the mind. And I get so angry because I am a Black woman. I'm a Black woman, and I understand that we need our Black men. And even some of these old rusty, crusty hitmen, your ass is going to die messing with the wrong people. It wasn't even enough to go to jail, and then you get out and you think you're going to secretly still be hitmen or go get other hitmen, because I guess y'all feel like some of these young crash dummies did it too messy. Okay? There's a lot of people that still ain't learned. Get ready to go back away from their family members for another man. All while people so that somebody else can floss, so that somebody else can lie, They put certain people on a pedestal like they're God, and they're willing to go to jail and leave their children out here. At this point, they going to jail so much they probably ain't even got no women. They don't want no woman because they've been going back and forth to jail so long. They've got used to men for other men. I'm gonna go do that time. He said he gonna help me out. So the only thing they really maybe, and I don't see them caring about their own children, because you can't keep going away from your children and your grandchildren. By the time you keep by now, a lot of these old head hit men that I hear that's in the atmosphere, they probably get ready to have grandchildren. They children them gone through school and graduated and things of that nature, and they still got their old asses out here talking about committing hits for another man. This can't be cleaned up. So sit your old asses down, niggas. This can't be cleaned up. The only thing, because it can't. The people that wanted this young man out of the way got to pay. There was no need for them to take this boy out. And you could listen to Dolph and tell that he had some type of regards for life, because if he didn't, he'd have took him out. He had enough money to pay anybody to do anything for him. But when you have all of that hate and stuff on the inside of you, and I was looking at a video that somebody had, and it makes me feel so bad. And I'm not saying that Gotti's brother is involved, but it touched my heart when I saw video of him with his children. And you hear so many people say allegedly, you've heard his name in the mix. I don't know if it's true. I don't know. The only thing I can say is I hope not, because I see how he is with his children. And a person's children need them, just like Dolph's children needed him. These children need their fathers, and they don't need them to be in the grave or in the jail about a whole bunch of petty stuff. So I would hope that he is not involved, because I see how loving he is with his children, just like I saw how loving Dolph was with his children. I don't know nothing about God. I don't want to know, really. The only thing I know is that God is gonna have to deal with that, because I'm telling you, that man think he on the throne, and these folks gathered around him, and a lot of these hitmen going straight down, they're gonna end up dead. And I guess they've taken that on. A lot of these artists that's getting signed, you heard what Dolph said. He's cut people off because they didn't want to do no beef. So you talking about the I don't know all of his artists' name, but don't allow. I'm thinking about that young the other one. I can't think of his name that he just signed. I hear a lot of people in the city have a lot of respect for Big Booby. The one that he signed. I think his name Booby. I've never heard anything bad about Big Booby. But what I'm gonna say is, Moneybagg Yo is in a category of his own. I've just kind of had to take my hands off of that. He's quieter than Black Youngster, but I ain't heard. I hear bad things about Moneybagg. I hate that, because I like Moneybagg's music. I don't know if Moneybagg is gonna go unscathed when the shit hit the fan. It already have hit the fan. Y'all don't believe me? Just keep watching. But I would have to say that a lot of these young men with promising careers need to stay out of this. Stay out of this. If you ain't in it, make your money. You can keep your respect. No man is worth disrespecting or getting into his beef and disrespecting somebody on the caliber of Dolph or any other person that has been taken out. Because I don't like seeing any Black man taken out. But those that was involved in this, they know who they are, and they're going to pay. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I didn't do it. Nobody else did this. They have to pay. So there's no need in getting mad at me because I can say whatever I want to say. And I think I'm very responsible because it's a lot of shit I could say, but I'm just not going to say it. And it ain't because I've been digging and I know I ain't been digging and shit. It's because the people know. Okay. There is nothing that is a secret in this case. As far as the authorities are concerned, there are no secrets. Everything there is to know is known. As far as tying that case up, that's another thing. But it's a shame that this could not stay on wax and then it turns into hate, you know. Um, and I'm not saying that God and them had anything to do with this. I don't know if they did, you know. Even if they did, it ain't nothing I could do about it. If they did not, it ain't nothing I could do about it. But I'm just saying there are things that even happened before Dolph was taken out that never should have happened. It never should have happened. And let's just say that they did allegedly having something to do with this. I'll say let's just allegedly say that God did. God, you got to pay for that. That's allegedly if you did, because God is not going to let you get by. And ruining other people's lives is just adding more karma if you had anything to do with this to what is to come. Because one thing about it, you could sit these little dudes down because they're up under the whole umbrella, bread gang, whatever, up under the umbrella of CMG. You're supposed to be the head of that. You need to sit them down. But it appears that they're not being set down and they're allowed to do a whole lot of stuff because it keeps the attention on them and off of maybe you. And that's what these young dudes don't know. They don't realize that, you know. Um, but yeah, y'all. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Like I said, it's a sad thing. Like, I hate that this happened. Like for some reason, when I was meditating, I I was thinking about Dolph. That's why I know his spirit is walking around, and that's something that y'all can't put a hit on because it's already been a hit put on that. You can kill the body, but you sure can't kill the soul and the spirit. Okay, and that spirit is walking around stepping. It's walking around stepping, and even in his death, a lot of people some of these people are still trying to assassinate the character of his artist because that's his legacy. A lot of people are saying, what good would it have been for us to assassinate him because we want to assassinate his vision, and his artists are still soaring. They're going to always soar. Because even if people put themselves in a position of God, the motherfucker still ain't God. They still mere man that have just put themselves, people have propped them up in high places that they never had no business in. They ain't even got the character to be in. But God is still God, and that's something that can't be stopped. Anytime you try to go against what is already predestined and preordained, you're gonna get taken down every time. That's when you know a lot of people really have been messed up because they got family members and things of that nature bowing down to them because of their money. They really truly believe the hype. But I just don't think, even I know the federal government, their money is unlimited. Their money and their intelligence. You know, it's a sad thing if some of these law enforcement officers are taking money to leak information. They've decided their fate. So, anyways, you guys, I'm talking about with MPD. There are consequences for things that you do that are unethical, and it's not worth it. That's what I'm saying. Lives are consistently being destroyed. You take Dolph out, and then people allow folks to pull them into their mess. It ain't worth it. It'll never be. But they wanted Dolph out the way, and they was not going to stop until he was out the way because of their very own jealousy. Because when it's all said and done, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing other than jealousy, y'all. That was the root of all of this. The boy told you what was going on. And he even said, it's funny to me. It's funny to me. Kept waving the white flag, and they just wouldn't leave the boy alone. They kept slick doing stuff to him. And God ain't pleased. God ain't pleased. But anyways, this video went on longer than I had anticipated it. But I want you all to have a good day. But I just had to get on and talk about that. They wanted Dolph out of the way, and they got him out of the way. But is it worth it? Is it truly worth it? Because believe me, when people try to act like they happy, that when they turn up the happy, that's when you need to know that things are probably falling apart, and they don't want you to know that. See, I look at these Negroes, and I know what I know. So I'm not fooled, and I'm not moved. It's a lot of people, because they don't necessarily know, they get extremely emotional. But here's one of my favorite, and I'm going to get off of here. This is something I meditate on, and it's one of my favorite scriptures. I meditate on this. It's one of the ones, and I'm going to talk about two of them, actually. I meditate on two every single day. Even when I was meditating this morning, I always meditate on these two. And these two are my favorite ones. And this one, the one of them is, be not deceived, for God is not mocked. For whatever a man soweth, he should also reap. I meditate on that. God ain't never failed me. When people think that they're gonna get around here, and I'm always protected, because even when there have been danger, God has always shown me so much favor. Somebody called me and said, I don't want you to do this. That was a trap right there. We looking into that, this, and that. I'm like, okay. So I'm always protected. Okay. And then there's another one that says, it's one of my clients. Got to call them back. When I get them back for what they did to you, you're going to see me get them back. That's one of my favorite scriptures. God says, when I get them back, when I repay them for what they did to you, you're going to see me get them back. I meditate on that, and that one has never failed me either. In other words, all of those scriptures go together. You reap what you sow. And he says, I prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. In other words, when he say, when I get them back, you're going to see me get them back. He prepares a table before you in the presence of your enemy, and then he gives you a seat at the front of the table to witness the takedown. It's going to be a lot of people get to witness this takedown, because it's already in the process of happening. This right here did not have to happen, and it ain't got a damn thing to do with me. Those are the laws of the earth. If you're going to be mad at anybody, be mad at God. He says, with 2 or 3 agree, I will be in the midst. It's been too many people agreeing on this thing with Dolph. It ain't no way in hell that anybody that was involved could ever get away, because it's final. He says, when 2 or 3 agree, I'll be in the midst, and it's final. It's imminent. He has to get justice. That's final. And it ain't no amount of money, no amount of flunkies, and no amount of junkies that could ever stop that. Y'all have a good day.